In this week's video, I wanted to show how I pack my personal bag and carry-on suitcase for my recent trip to Hawaii this past month. This is my current way of packing for trips, ranging from 1 week to what I probably will be doing when I go on my nomadic photography trip later in the year. Getting ready for your trip and packing for all the necessities can be stressful, from defining what is necessary so we don't overpack, to preparing for certain unpredictable situations like weather. And that's not even including the most stressful part for many, safely getting through the airport with all your belongings. I hope this can give you some ideas and insight for your own style of packing, and hopefully helps you relax for your own travels. So right here we actually have my backpack, my Peak Design 45-liter backpack. And I talked about a little bit about my backpacks in my last video, comparing the 45-liter backpack to my 30-liter backpack. So you can go watch that if you need that comparison. But recently I've been using my 45-liter travel backpack as my personal item actually for when I take flights. And it actually does fit under the seat as long as you don't expand it to the 45-liter capacity. This backpack at the 30 or 35-liter capacity will fit perfectly under your seat, as long as you're not taking any like airline that has really tight seats. But the airlines that I've taken, at least, I was able to fit this no problem underneath the plane seats. And yeah, let's get into it. So opening this, we have the main compartment of my backpack. This camera cube right here has all my camera equipment. I try to keep all my camera equipment in this backpack as this is my personal item. So in case I do have to check in, which I'll talk about later, check in my suitcase, which I don't like to check in anyways because I like to keep all my items with me when going to a place. I want to have everything organized as well. So I keep all my camera stuff in this bag. So in this camera cube, I have all my cameras, equipment such as, all my lenses, the drones, filters, and cameras, of course. I have one of my cameras inside here, which I'll talk about in a bit, and obviously I have my other camera filming this video. Yeah, all my cameras and lenses right here. And then on top, I have my Peak Design sling bag, which doubles as, a carrier for when I'm traveling, and also doubles as, just a regular sling bag. And again, I talked about this before in my other video, so you can check that out if you're interested. But that's how I fill the main compartment of this bag right here. It fits kind of like that, and I can close it easily. And also one more thing. Obviously, I put my laptop in here as well when I travel, so that way I can get some work done, edit photos on the go and stuff like that. So I'll put my laptop inside there. So going from the main compartment of the backpack, you have the middle compartment right here, which is a pretty big pocket. And what I usually keep inside this middle pocket right here, as you can see, on this top portion right here, you have all the, again, related to cameras. I have my air blower to clean the sensor. I have some camera sensor cleaners right here in case, I ever get dust. Is it focused? Yeah, it's focused. In case I ever get dust on my camera sensor, I can easily clean that. I usually have 2 of these because, you never know when you'll need them. Have that right there. And I have my optical cleaning kit. So I have, the liquid that I use to put on the sensor, these cleaning cloths in case I ever need extras. So this is just my cleaning kind of kit that I use for my camera if I ever need it. And I keep that on that top part of that medium pocket right here. I'll put everything back. And then I usually put my phone chargers inside here. It's a little mini pocket you have in this upper compartment. Usually put my phone chargers inside here. Again, it keeps it organized and separate from everything else. And if I ever need quick access to it, I can easily just open the zipper, grab it out, and use that in airport or on the flight and whatnot. So, and then really the only thing that this pocket is used for is those things, and also my Peak Design tech pouch. I don't easily fit inside here if I just put it right here. And it's zipped. And again, all of this will fit underneath the plane seat. It does for me, at least. But of course I need this for work, so I'll take this out. But all I keep in this Peak Design tech pouch are my passport, my SSD cards that I'll need, and a bunch of wires and cables for, the SD cards, MacBook converter kind of thing, wires that I'll need. Then lastly, we have the top portion right here, which is I use for my wallets, chapstick, again, anything that I need quick access to. And yeah, that's basically it. I usually have my gimbal on the side pocket right here, or as I'll show you in the next segment, I can put it in my suitcase. So let's get to that right now. So with here, you have my suitcase right here. I bought this in Japan, but honestly, you can get any type of suitcase. I don't even know what type of suitcase this is. I bought it because I had some extra stuff from Japan that I bought, like clothes and such, and I needed some more space, so I just grabbed this and brought it along with me when coming back to LA. But This is the suitcase that I plan on using for my future travels as well as my nomadic travels that I have planned for next year. But this is my suitcase, and in the suitcase you have the main portion right here, which are my clothes. And this suitcase is a carry-on suitcase, which I mentioned earlier. And I actually bring this with me on the plane. This is the one that goes on top of the shelves in the plane, and the backpack is the one that goes underneath my seat. And I've been able to do that with all my trips that I've used this kind of setup for. And my recent trip to Hawaii, I was actually able to put this in the top and put my backpack under my seat, and they had no problems with that at all. I'll talk about this a little as well. I don't like putting my camera gear inside here, at least the ones that have, you know, my cameras, my lenses, anything that's kind of vulnerable to damage. Because if I ever do need to check this in as a suitcase, which that's why I like the setup, it doubles as either a checked-in suitcase or a carry-on type of suitcase. I can use both, and both are options instead of if I bring my 2 backpack setup that I had brought during my trips to Japan and Korea, that wasn't an option. I don't want to check in a backpack as a bit more vulnerable to damage. And this suitcase, you know, it can take a couple hits, so I'm not too worried about that. But anyways, getting back on topic, let me unmesh that. This is a Peak Design packing cube. In here I have 5 shirts and 2 or 3 pairs of pants and shorts. In the small pouch I have my socks and my underwear. And when it comes to jackets and such, I can fit a jacket above here easily, but I actually like to just wear the jacket. I wear as many pieces of clothing as I can on the flight just because it's easier for me to carry it, as well as I don't have to stuff my suitcase with all the clothes. So if I can wear a jacket with me on the flight, I will. So that's the clothes portion. Oh, one more quick thing actually. I mentioned about checking the suitcase in as a check-in bag. I don't like checking in bags just because of possibility of your baggage being lost by the airline, as you know, I'm sure people have. I haven't had it luckily, but I don't ever want that to happen to me. So I like to bring this as a carry-on, and again, I like to bring my backpack as a personal item. But in the possibility of when I do have to check this in, I have this kind of backup. This is my Apple AirTag right here. I love this little thing. I have 4 of them. I bought the 4-pack from Apple, and what it does is it lets me track all my luggages, or you know, whatever luggage that I put my Apple AirTag in, and it lets me track them on my phone. So if for some reason the airline does lose my luggage or my backpack, or you know, if I happen to lose them as well, you know, not just for airlines, but for when I travel and when I'm out and about, if I ever lose my anything that has this piece of AirTag equipment in it, then I can track it down with my phone. That's something I just wanted to share. That's kind of a last resort right here. I never had that happen, thank God, but you know, you never know when you might need it. So one thing I forgot to mention, this is my Peak Design wash pouch, and this is where I put all my bathroom stuff such as my toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, etc. This actually goes in my backpack. I just wanted to quickly address that. Anyways, back to the second compartment of the suitcase. So if I open this right here, there's nothing. And that's because I really only bring my camera gear and my clothes. There's nothing really else for me I need to bring. I mean, I'll bring additional things if I need it, such as, you know, hiking shoes if I need to go on a hike, shorts if I'm gonna swim at the beach, and whatnot. But honestly, this is kind of pretty empty for me. And I use this kind of for the extra space that I'll need. So again, if my backpack gets a bit too heavy from things that I need to carry, I can always just switch it and put it in here. So for example, let's say that for some reason, hey, I don't wanna bring my tech pouch with me. Well, I can put this tech pouch inside it. So obviously I want to remove any batteries, such as, you know, my camera batteries, or maybe even my SSDs if I want to take that with me. But for the wires and such, I mean, those aren't really important, so I'll just put them inside here, and you know, there's plenty of space. And obviously there are other things that I'd want to put here as well, such as my tripod that I'm using currently to film this video, and also my timer remote that I have right here. But I mean, the additional things that I don't have in the suitcase right now, just because I'm using it currently, will all easily fit inside here. So I don't have any problems with packing additional type of things in this pocket, and you know, that's really it. So this is how I pack when I'm traveling. I almost always fly when doing long trips, so this is basically how I pack every time I go through an airport. And thus far, I've never had any problems with any airlines, the TSA. So because of this, I'm pretty confident in the setup working everywhere. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Later.